Many of you may think of it as some external force, separate from your daily life. But I tell you now, manifestation is not separate from you, it is you. It is the very essence of your being, the creative power that shapes your entire reality. Imagine, if you will, that your current reality is like a garment you wear. It may feel comfortable, familiar, even inevitable, but I assure you it is no more permanent or real than the clothes on your back. You can change it just as easily as you change your attire. The secret lies in your imagination and your ability to feel the reality of your desire. Now you might be wondering, Neville, how can I manifest quickly? Isn't change a slow process? And therein lies the crux of our discussion today. The speed of manifestation is not determined by external factors, but by the intensity of your belief and the vividness of your imaginal acts. You see, the world you experience is not happening to you. It is happening from you. Every circumstance, every event, every interaction in your life is a reflection of your inner assumptions. These assumptions are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And just as a seed grows into a plant, your assumptions grow into your experienced reality. This is why many people find themselves stuck in patterns of lack, of struggle, of not enoughness. They have unknowingly been planting these seeds in their subconscious mind through years of repetitive thoughts and feelings of limitation. But here's the liberating truth. You have the power to choose what seeds you plant. You have the ability to consciously assume the state of your wish fulfilled, regardless of your current circumstances. This, my friends, is the key to fast manifestation. So how do we begin this process of rapid manifestation? The first step is to clearly define what you wish to manifest. Be specific. Don't simply say, I want more money. Instead, imagine in vivid detail what your life looks like with the exact amount of money you desire. How do you feel? What are you doing? How do you spend your time? The more specific and detailed your vision, the more clearly you communicate with your subconscious mind. Once you have this clear vision, the next step is to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This is crucial. You must feel the reality of your desire now, not in some distant future. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't understand time. It only understands the present moment. So if you constantly feel that your desire is something in the future, it will always remain in the future. Instead, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled now. How would you feel if your desire were already realized? Would you feel joyful, confident, free, grateful? Embody these feelings. Live from this state of being. This is not pretending or lying to yourself. This is assuming a new state of consciousness, which is the very essence of fast manifestation. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, how can I feel something that isn't yet true? This is where the power of your imagination comes into play. Your imagination is the bridge between your current reality and your desired state. It is through your imagination that you can step into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even before it manifests in the physical world. Your imagination is not a flight of fancy or a frivolous faculty. It is the very workshop wherein you fashion your future. When you imagine, you are experiencing reality at its most fundamental level. You are engaging with the pure potential of consciousness, shaping it with your attention and your assumption. To use your imagination effectively for fast manifestation, you must first quiet your conscious mind. The chattering of your daily thoughts, your worries, your doubts, these must be silenced. Enter a state of relaxation, a state akin to sleep, but in which you remain consciously aware. In this state, your subconscious mind becomes more receptive to impression. Once in this relaxed state, construct your scene. This scene should be one that implies the fulfillment of your desire. If your desire is for a successful career, you might imagine yourself in your ideal office or receiving congratulations from colleagues. If it's financial abundance you seek, imagine yourself looking at your bank statement with joy and gratitude. The scene itself should be short and simple. It's not about creating an elaborate story, but about capturing a moment that implies your desire is now a fact. This scene is your platform, the stage upon which you will enact the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Now step into this scene. Don't watch it as a spectator, but experience it from the first-person perspective. Be there in that moment. And as you experience it, let the feeling of fulfillment wash over you. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the satisfaction of having your desire realized. This is where many falter in their attempts at fast manifestation. They can see the scene clearly, but they fail to evoke the feeling. Remember, it is the feeling that gives life to your imaginal act. Without feeling, visualization is merely a mental exercise. With feeling, it becomes an act of creation. As you practice this, you may find that the feeling comes more easily with repetition. Each time you return to your scene, the feeling becomes more vivid, more real. This is good. You are strengthening the impression upon your subconscious mind. But here's a crucial point for fast manifestation. Once you have evoked the feeling, once you have impressed it upon your subconscious, you must carry it with you into your waking life. This is where many stumble. They do their visualization exercise. They feel it intensely in the moment. But then they return to their daily life and fall back into old patterns of thought and feeling. To manifest quickly, you must maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even in the face of contradictory evidence. This is where faith comes in. Not blind faith, but faith born of understanding that your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. When you truly grasp this, you will no longer be swayed by appearances. You will know that what you see around you is the effect, not the cause. The cause lies in your consciousness, in your feeling. And as you persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, your outer world must reshape itself to match this inner conviction. Now let us address a common challenge in fast manifestation, the apparent contradictions of your senses. As you begin to live in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you may find that your current circumstances seem to contradict your assumption. Bills may still need to be paid. Problems may still arise. How do you maintain your feeling in the face of these seeming contradictions? This is where the art of ignoring comes into play. To ignore is not to deny the existence of something, but to refrain from giving it your attention and energy. When contradictory evidence appears, acknowledge it briefly. Then immediately return your attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Remember, what you see in your outer world is the result of past assumptions, past feelings. It is like an echo of what you once believed. Your task now is to give more attention, more importance, more reality to your new assumption than to these outdated circumstances. This practice requires mental discipline. It requires you to stand firm in your new assumption, even when your senses argue against it. But remember, your senses only show you what has been, not what can be. Your imagination, informed by your feeling, shows you what will be. As you persist in maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even in the face of contradictory evidence, you will begin to see changes in your outer world. These changes may start small, a fortunate coincidence, an unexpected opportunity, a shift in someone's behavior towards you. Do not dismiss these as mere chance. They are the first fruits of your new assumption taking root. For fast manifestation, it's crucial to recognize and appreciate these small changes. They are confirmations that your imaginal act is working, that your new assumption is reshaping your reality. Acknowledge them with gratitude, for gratitude accelerates the manifestation process. Now let us delve deeper into the nature of feeling in fast manifestation. When I speak of feeling, I am not referring merely to emotions, though emotions play a part. I am speaking of a deeper sense, a knowing and unshakable conviction. It is the difference between saying I want to be wealthy and knowing in the very core of your being, I am wealthy. This feeling conviction is not something you can fake or force. It arises naturally when you have successfully impressed your desire upon your subconscious mind. This is why the repeated use of your imagination is so crucial for fast manifestation. Each time you return to your imaginal scene, each time you step into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are deepening this impression. Think of it like wearing a groove in a record. The first time you play the record, the needle may skip and jump. But with repeated plays, the groove deepens and the music plays smoothly. Similarly, as you repeat your imaginal act, the feeling becomes more natural, more habitual. It becomes your dominant state. This is the state from which fast manifestation occurs. When you can maintain this feeling conviction throughout your day, when it becomes as natural as breathing, you have mastered the art of conscious creation. Your outer world has no choice but to conform to this inner state. But what of those moments when doubt creeps in? When fear arises, when the old patterns of thought and feeling try to reassert themselves? These moments are inevitable, especially in the beginning of your practice. Do not be discouraged by them. Instead, see them as opportunities to strengthen your new assumption. When doubt arises, do not fight it. Fighting against a thought only gives it more power. Instead, gently but firmly return to your feeling of wish fulfilled. Remind yourself that what you see around you is the past. Your new assumption, your new feeling is creating your future. This brings us to another crucial aspect of fast manifestation, the concept of living in the end. Living in the end means assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled in your day-to-day life. It's not enough to visualize for a few minutes each day and then return to your old patterns of thought and feeling. You must carry the feeling of your wish fulfilled with you throughout yourself. This doesn't mean you deny your current circumstances. Rather, you acknowledge them briefly, then immediately return to the feeling of your desire fulfilled. You live from the assumption that what you desire is already yours. For example, if your desire is for financial abundance, you would feel the security, freedom, and joy of wealth as you go about your day. When you make purchases, you would feel the ease and confidence of someone who has more than enough. When you interact with others, you would carry yourself with the assurance of a wealthy person. Living in the end requires a shift in your entire way of being. It's not about pretending or play acting. It's about genuinely assuming a new state of consciousness. When you do this effectively, you'll find that your actions naturally align with your assumed state, accelerating the manifestation process. Now let us address the role of action in fast manifestation. Some people mistakenly believe that manifesting means they can simply imagine their desires and then sit back and wait for them to magically appear. This is not the case. Fast manifestation does not negate action. It informs action. When you successfully impress your desire upon your subconscious mind, when you truly feel your wish fulfilled, you will be inspired to take actions that align with this state. These actions will feel natural, even inevitable. They will not be driven by fear or lack, but will flow from your assumed state of fulfillment. This is a crucial distinction. When you take action from a place of lack, trying to get what you desire, you are actually affirming the assumption of not having it. But when you take action from the assumption of already having your desire fulfilled, you open yourself to infinite possibilities for its expression and expansion. So do not neglect action, but ensure that your actions are aligned with and flowing from your assumed state. Let your feeling guide your actions rather than hoping your actions will create the feeling. This alignment of inner state and outer action is key to fast manifestation. Now let us explore the concept of detachment in relation to fast manifestation. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care about your desire. Rather, it means you're not anxiously attached to seeing immediate results or figuring out how your desire will manifest. When you're detached, You can imagine and feel your desire fulfilled without constantly looking for signs of its manifestation. You trust in the process, knowing that as you maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, it must inevitably express itself in your outer world. Detachment allows you to live in the present moment while holding your assumed state. It frees you from the anxiety and doubt that can slow down the manifestation process. It allows you to enjoy the journey of manifestation rather than being solely focused on the destination. Practice detachment by reminding yourself that your imaginal act imbued with feeling is the reality. What you see in the outer world is just a shadow, a reflection of past assumptions. As you persist in your new assumption, this shadow must change to match the new reality you're imagining and feeling. Let us now address the importance of gratitude in fast manifestation. Gratitude is not just a pleasant emotion, it is a powerful creative force. When you feel genuinely grateful, you are affirming that you already have what you desire. This aligns perfectly with the principle of living in the end. Begin to cultivate an attitude of gratitude for your desire, even before you see it manifested in your physical reality. Be thankful for it, as if it were already yours. Feel appreciation for the abundance that surrounds you in all forms, the air you breathe, the sun that shines, the food you eat. As you practice gratitude, you are assuming the state of someone who has their desire fulfilled. This assumption, persistently held, must manifest in your outer world as the realization of your desire. Now let us explore the power of revision in fast manifestation. Revision is not merely about changing your memories or rewriting your past. It is about recognizing that the past only exists in your mind, and therefore it can be changed in your mind. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review the events of your day. If there were any events that were not to your liking, revise them in your imagination. See them unfolding in a way that aligns with your desired state. Feel the satisfaction, the joy, the fulfillment of this revised version of events. By doing this, you are not denying what physically happened. You are changing the impact of that event on your subconscious mind. You are impressing upon your subconscious a reality that aligns with your desires rather than one that contradicts them. As you make this practice of revision a habit, you will find that your reactions to current events begin to change. You'll become less reactive, more peaceful, more aligned with your desired states of being. This alignment accelerates the manifestation process. Let us now discuss the importance of persistence in fast manifestation. While we speak of fast manifestation, it's important to understand that the speed of manifestation is relative. Some desires may manifest almost instantly, while others may take more time. The key is to persist in your assumption, regardless of how long it seems to be taking. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. If you waver in your assumption, if you lose faith in the process, you send mixed signals to your subconscious mind, which can slow down the manifestation process. Persistence doesn't mean forcing or struggling. It means consistently returning to the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even when the outer world seems to contradict it. It means choosing again and again to live from the end, to embody the state of having your desire realized. This persistence requires faith, not blind faith, but faith born of understanding. Understanding that your outer world is a reflection of your inner state, and that as you persist in your new assumption, your world must reshape itself to match it. Now let us address the role of self-concept in fast manifestation. Your self-concept, the beliefs you hold about who you are, is perhaps the most powerful factor in determining what you can manifest in your life. Many people struggle to manifest their desires quickly because their self-concept contradicts what they're trying to achieve. They may visualize wealth, but deep down, they don't believe they're the kind of person who can be wealthy. They may imagine a loving relationship, but fundamentally believe they're unworthy of love. To manifest quickly, you must be willing to revise your self-concept. This involves imagining and feeling yourself as the person who already has what you desire. It's not about creating a false image of yourself, but about recognizing and embracing your true, limitless nature. Remember, at your core, you are pure consciousness. You are not defined by your past experiences, your current circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are the awareness in which all these things appear. And this awareness, your true self, is infinite in its potential. As you use your imagination to assume your desired states, you are essentially recreating yourself. You are stepping into a new concept of self, a new understanding of who you are and what's possible for you. This revision of self-concept is crucial for fast manifestation. As you align your self-concept with your desires, you remove the inner contradictions that can slow down the manifestation process. Now, let us explore the role of emotion in fast manifestation. Emotion is the fuel that powers your imaginal acts. It's not enough to merely visualize or think about your desires. You must feel them. When you combine vivid imagination with genuine emotion, you create a powerful impression on your subconscious mind. This is because your subconscious responds more strongly to feeling than to intellectual thought. W. Continue and finish in 6-7 paragraphs. The emotions you want to cultivate are those you would feel if your desire were already realized. If your desire is for wealth, feel the security, the freedom, the joy that comes with financial abundance. If it's a loving relationship you seek, feel the love, the connection, the companionship. These emotions should be so real, so intense, that when you open your eyes and return to your present circumstances, you carry with you a sense of fulfillment, as if your desire has already been realized. This emotional component is what distinguishes effective fast manifestation from mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. When you can genuinely feel your desire as an accomplished fact, you are impressing it upon your subconscious mind as a reality. Your subconscious then works tirelessly to bring this feeling into physical manifestation. Another crucial aspect of fast manifestation is the practice of letting go. This might seem counterintuitive. After all, if you want something badly, shouldn't you focus on it constantly? But the truth is, obsessing over your desire can actually slow down the manifestation process. It implies a state of wanting, of not having, which contradicts the assumption that your wish is fulfilled. Letting go means trusting in the process. It means doing your imaginal work, feeling the reality of your desire, and then releasing it, knowing that the seed has been planted and will grow in its own time. This state of peaceful expectancy, free from anxiety or doubt, creates the perfect conditions for rapid manifestation. As we near the conclusion of our exploration of fast manifestation, remember this: the power to transform your reality lies within you. It resides in your ability to imagine vividly, to feel deeply, and to persist faithfully in the assumption of your wish fulfilled. The speed of manifestation is not determined by external factors, but by the intensity of your belief and the consistency of your imaginal acts. Go forth from here with this knowledge. Apply these principles in your daily life. Use your imagination consciously and deliberately to create scenes that imply the fulfillment of your desires. Feel the reality of your wish fulfilled with every fiber of your being. Persist in this feeling even when your senses deny it. For as you do, you are reshaping your entire world, manifesting your desires with a speed and precision you may have thought impossible. Remember, you are the operant power in your world. You are limited only by your ability to imagine and to feel the reality of your wishes fulfilled. Embrace this truth, live from this understanding, and watch as your world transforms around you, reflecting the newfound mastery of your creative consciousness. Imagine, if you will, a world where your thoughts shape your reality, where your imagination is the creative force that molds the very fabric of your existence. This is not a fantasy, my dear friends, but the fundamental truth of our being. For you see, the world you perceive around you is nothing but an outward picture of your inner assumptions. Every circumstance, every event, every person in your life is there because you have imagined it so. Now you might be thinking, Neville, how can this be? How can my mere thoughts and imagination create such profound changes in just 1 week? And to that, I say time is but an illusion, a construct of the human mind. In the realm of spirit, in the kingdom within you, there is no time. There is only the eternal now, the precious present moment in which all possibilities exist simultaneously. As we embark on this journey together, exploring these 5 transformative habits, I want you to shed all preconceived notions of what is possible or impossible. For in the world of imagination, there are no limits, no boundaries, and no obstacles that cannot be overcome. You are about to discover the immense power that has been lying dormant within you, waiting to be awakened and harnessed. The first habit that will revolutionize your life is the practice of living in the end. This, my friends, is the cornerstone of all creation, the very foundation upon which your new life will be built. Living in the end means assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, experiencing in your imagination the reality you desire, as if it were already manifest in the physical world. Let me illustrate this profound truth with a simple example. Suppose you desire financial abundance. Instead of focusing on your current state of lack or limitation, you must assume the feeling of already possessed. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself living in the beautiful home you've always dreamed of. Feel the soft carpet beneath your feet. Smell the fragrant flowers in your garden. Hear the laughter of your loved ones echoing through the spacious rooms. This, my dear friends, is not mere daydreaming or escapism. This is the very act of creation. For you see, your imagination is God in action. It is the creative power of the universe expressing itself through you. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the creative forces of the cosmos, setting in motion a series of events that must inevitably lead to the manifestation of your desire. But remember, it is not enough to simply visualize your desire for a few moments and then return to your old patterns of your thought and behavior. You must persist in this new assumption, making it your dominant feeling, your new reality. This is where the power of the second habit comes into play, the art of revision. Revision, my friends, is the magical act of rewriting your past to align with your desired future. It is the recognition that time is fluid, that your memories are not fixed, immutable things, but rather malleable impressions that can be reshaped by the power of your imagination. Let us say that you had an unpleasant encounter with a colleague at work. Instead of replaying this negative experience in your mind, reinforcing feelings of anger or resentment, you have the power to revise this event. Close your eyes and replay the scene in your imagination. But this time, see it unfold exactly as you would have wished. Hear the kind words, feel the warmth of a friendly interaction, experience the mutual respect and understanding. As you practice this habit of revision, you will find that not only does it change your perception of past events, but it also transforms your present and future. For you see, by revising the past, you are altering the very foundation upon which your current reality is built. You are rewriting the script of your life scene by scene, moment by moment. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, how can changing my imagination of past events alter what has already happened? And to that, I say, what you perceive as the past is nothing but a memory, a thought you are thinking in the present moment. By changing that thought, by revising that memory, you are quite literally altering the past, present, and future in one fell swoop. As you practice these first 2 habits, living in the end and revision, you will begin to notice a shift in your consciousness. The world around you will start to reflect your new assumptions, your revised memories. This is where the third transformative habit comes into play, the cultivation of unwavering faith. Faith, my dear friends, is not blind belief in something outside of yourself. It is not hoping or wishing for a better future. True faith is the absolute conviction that what you have imagined in your mind and felt in your heart must inevitably manifest in your physical reality. It is the unshakable knowing that your desires are already fulfilled in the spiritual realm and are now moving into expression in the world of form. To cultivate this unwavering faith, you must learn to dismiss the evidence of your physical senses when they contradict your desired reality. If you have imagined financial abundance, yet your bank account shows a lack of funds, you must have the courage and conviction to say, this is but a shadow of the old man. My true reality is one of infinite abundance, and that is what I choose to accept and believe. This habit of faith requires practice and persistence. It demands that you stand firm in your conviction even when the entire world seems to argue against it. But I assure you, my friends, that as you strengthen this muscle of faith, you will witness miracles unfold in your life. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, let us turn our attention to the fourth habit, one that is often overlooked but is absolutely crucial in the art of conscious creation, the practice of gratitude. Gratitude, my friends, is not merely a polite social custom or a fleeting emotion. It is a powerful creative force, a state of being that aligns you with the abundance of the universe. When you cultivate an attitude of genuine gratitude, you are acknowledging that you already possess everything you desire. You are recognizing the infinite abundance that surrounds you at every moment. This state of thankfulness opens the floodgates of blessings, attracting more and more reasons to be grateful. Begin each day by counting your blessings. Before you rise from your bed, take a few moments to feel deep appreciation for all that you have in your life. Be thankful for the air you breathe, the beating of your heart, the roof over your head, the love of your family and friends. But don't stop there. Express gratitude for the things you desire as if you already possess them. If you desire perfect health, give thanks for your strong, vibrant body. If you seek a loving relationship, feel grateful for the wonderful partner who is already in your life, even if you haven't met them in the physical realm yet. Remember, in the world of imagination, in the kingdom within you, all things already exist. Your gratitude is the bridge that brings these desires into your physical experience. As you practice this habit of gratitude, you will find that your entire perspective on life begins to shift. The world around you will appear more beautiful, more abundant, more filled with opportunities and blessings. You will begin to see evidence of your desired reality everywhere you look, further strengthening your faith and accelerating the manifestation of your Riga. Now we come to the fifth and final habit, one that ties all the others together and amplifies their power exponentially, the art of letting go. This, my dear friends, is perhaps the most challenging habit to master. But it is also the most liberating and transformative. Letting go means releasing your attachment to the outcome, surrendering your desires to the infinite wisdom of the universe. It means trusting that once you have planted the seed of your desire in the fertile soil of your imagination, nurtured it with the water of your faith, and bathed it in the sunlight of your gratitude, you must then step back and allow it to grow in its own time and in its own way. Many of you may be wondering, but Neville, doesn't letting go contradict the idea of living in the end? How can I assume the feeling of my wish fulfilled while also detaching from the outcome? And to that I say, letting go is not about abandoning your desire or ceasing to live in the end. It is about releasing the anxiety, the doubt, and the need to control how and when your desire will manifest. When you truly let go, you enter a state of perfect peace and trust. You know with absolute certainty that your desire is already yours in the spiritual realm, and you are content to allow it to unfold in the physical world in the most beautiful and harmonious way possible. This state of letting go removes all resistance, all doubt, and all fear, creating a clear channel through which your desire can flow into your experience. Imagine, if you will, that you have ordered a package from a trusted source. You know with certainty that the package has been sent and is on its way to you. You spend every waking moment anxiously checking your mailbox or tracking the package's progress. Of course not. You simply go about your day confident in the knowledge that your package will arrive at the perfect time. This, my friends, is the essence of letting go. As you practice these 5 habits, living in the end, revision, unwavering faith, gratitude, and letting go, you will witness a transformation in your life so profound, so all-encompassing that it will seem nothing short of miraculous. And yet, it is not a miracle in the conventional sense. It is simply the natural outcome of aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, of recognizing and embracing your true nature as a divine being, capable of shaping reality through the power of your imagination. Now, I want you to understand that these habits are not separate, isolated practices. They are interconnected, each one supporting and amplifying the others. As you live in the end, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you naturally cultivate gratitude for what you have imagined. As you revise your past, you strengthen your faith in the malleability of reality. As you let go, you demonstrate your unwavering trust in the perfect unfolding of your desires. In just 1 week of consistently applying these habits, you will begin to see evidence of your new reality taking shape around you. But remember, my dear friends, time is an illusion. In the realm of spirit, change can happen in an instant. The moment you truly embrace these habits, the moment you fully accept your divine nature and the creative power of your imagination, your entire world can shift in the blink of an eye. Let me share with you a story that illustrates the transformative power of these habits. There was once a man who had struggled with financial difficulties for many years. He lived in a small, cramped apartment, could barely make ends meet, and felt trapped in a job he despised. Then he discovered these 5 habits and decided to apply them with unwavering commitment. For 1 week, he dedicated himself to living in the end. Every night before sleep and every morning upon waking, he would close his eyes and imagine himself living in a beautiful home, enjoying financial abundance, and working in a fulfilling career. He felt the joy, the freedom, the sense of security that came with this new reality. He revised his past, reimagining his childhood as one of abundance and opportunity. In his mind, he rewrote every memory of lack or limitation, replacing them with experiences of plenty and success. He cultivated unwavering faith, dismissing any doubts or negative thoughts that arose, affirming to himself, I am now living my ideal life. My success is assured. Throughout the day, he practiced gratitude, giving thanks for the abundance that surrounded him, even if his physical circumstances hadn't yet changed. He expressed heartfelt appreciation for his imagined wealth, his dream home, his perfect job, feeling the emotions as if these things were already his. And finally, he mastered the art of letting go. He released his anxiety about how or when his desires would manifest, trusting in the perfect timing of the universe. He went about his days with a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that his new reality was already secured in the spiritual realm. Now, you might expect me to tell you that after 1 week, this man suddenly won the lottery or received a large inheritance. But that is not how the law of assumption works. Instead, something far more profound occurred. The man's entire perception of his life transformed. He began to see opportunities where before he had only seen obstacles. His confidence soared, and he found himself performing better at work, leading to a promotion and a significant raise. His new positive attitude attracted people who could help him advance his career. An acquaintance offered him a chance to invest in a promising business venture, which he seized with both hands. Within a month, he had moved into a larger, more comfortable apartment. Within 3 months, he had started his own successful business, and within a year, he was living in the very home he had imagined during that transformative week. You see, my friends, the external changes in this man's life were merely reflections of the internal changes he had made through these 5 habits. By assuming the feeling of his wish fulfilled, by revising his past, by cultivating unwavering faith, by practicing gratitude, and by letting go, he had literally transformed himself into a new person, one whose reality matched his desires. Now I can sense that some of you may be thinking, but Neville, surely it can't be that simple. Surely there must be more to it than just imagining and feeling, and to that I say, yes, it is that simple, and no, there is nothing more to it. The power of creation lies within you, within your capacity to imagine and feel. Everything else, all the actions, all the apparent hard work, flows naturally from that initial creative act of imagination. Consider the words of the great William Blake. What is now proved was once only imagined. Everything in your world, from the chair you're sitting on to the most advanced technology, began as a thought, an idea, a spark of imagination in someone's mind. You, my dear friends, have that same creative power within you. You are not merely a passive observer of reality. You are the author of your life story. As we near the conclusion of our time together, I want to impress upon you the urgency of applying these habits in your life. Do not delay, do not procrastinate, do not tell yourself that you will start tomorrow. The time to begin is now, this very moment. For in truth, this moment is all that exists. The past is gone, the future is yet to be. But in this eternal now, you have the power to reshape your entire world. Begin tonight as you lay your head upon your pillow. Close your eyes and enter the state akin to sleep. That drowsy, quiet state where your conscious mind relaxes and your subconscious becomes receptive. In this state, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. See yourself living the life you desire. Feel the emotions associated with having your dreams realized. As you drift off to sleep, carry this feeling with you into your slumber, for your subconscious mind never sleeps. And it is in these quiet hours of the night that it works most powerfully to bring your assumptions into reality. When you awaken in the morning, before you rise from your bed, revisit this feeling. Spend a few moments in gratitude for the new day and for the fulfillment of your desires. Throughout your day, whenever you have a spare moment, while waiting in line, during your lunch break, as you commute to and from work, practice these habits. Live in the end, revise any unpleasant experiences, cultivate your faith, express gratitude, and let go of any anxiety or doubt. Remember, my friends, consistency is key. These habits are not a one-time exercise, but a new way of life. They require practice, dedication, and persistence. But I assure you, the rewards are beyond anything you can currently imagine. For as you master these habits, you master the very art of living. You become conscious creators, divine beings expressing the infinite power of the universe through your thoughts and feelings. In closing, I want to remind you of a profound truth. You are not bound by your past, by your current circumstances, or by what others think is possible for you. You are bound only by your own imagination and your willingness to assume the feeling of your wishes fulfilled. The life you dream of is not somewhere out there in a distant future. It exists now in this very moment within you. So go forth, my dear friends, and apply these 5 habits with all the intensity and conviction you can muster. Live in the end, revise your past, cultivate unwavering faith, practice gratitude, and learn to let go. Do this, and I promise you, in just 1 week, you will see your world begin to transform. And as you persist in these habits, you will continue to witness miracles unfold in your life, day after day, week after week, until you stand in awe of the magnificent reality you have created. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. All that you seek, all the love, all the abundance, all the joy, all the success, it is already yours. You need only to claim it, to assume it, to embody it. For you are the operant power. You are the divine creative force expressing itself in human form. Embrace this truth, live from this understanding, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Go now and be the creator of your world. For in the words of the immortal bard, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. You, my friends, are not just players in this grand drama of life. You are the playwright, the director, and the star of your own magnificent story. Write it well, direct it with purpose, and play your part with all the passion and conviction you can muster. The curtain rises on your new life now. Step onto the stage of your transformed reality with confidence, with joy, and with the unshakable knowledge that you are the author of your destiny. The power is yours, the time is now, and the only limit is your imagination. Embrace these 5 habits, embody them fully, and watch as your life changes in just 1 week and continues to evolve into a masterpiece of your own creation. Thank you, bless you, and may your journey of conscious creation bring you all the joy, abundance, and fulfillment your heart desires. Remember, it is done. It is finished. Your new life awaits you. Claim it now with every fiber of your being and step into the glorious reality that is your divine birthright. The world is yours, shaped by your imagination, molded by your assumptions, and brought to life by the power of your consciousness. Go forth and create miracles, for that is who you truly are. Miracle workers, divine creators, gods in human form. The stage is set. The lights are on. And your magnificent performance begins now. Bravo, my friends, bravo. Let us begin by understanding a fundamental truth. Your imagination is the God within you. It is not some fanciful faculty for daydreaming or escaping reality. No, your imagination is the very workshop wherein you forge the template of your life experiences. Everything you see in your world began as a mere thought, a seed planted in the fertile soil of your mind. And just as a tiny acorn contains within it the blueprint for a mighty oak tree, so too does your imagination hold the blueprint for the grandest vision of Yori. But how, you may ask, can mere imagination bring about tangible results in the physical world? The answer lies in the nature of reality itself. You see, the world of Caesar, as I often call it, the world of physical matter and apparent solidity, is but a shadow play, a reflection of a deeper, more fundamental reality. And that reality, my dear friends, is consciousness itself. Consciousness is the only reality. Everything else, every object, every circumstance, every event is a manifestation of consciousness. And you, in your truest essence, are that pure consciousness, that awareness that precedes all form. You are not a mere mortal being limited by the apparent constraints of time and space. You are the eternal I Am, the divine presence that speaks worlds into existence. Now, let this sink in for a moment. Feel the weight of this truth. You are not separate from the creative power of the universe. You are one with it. You are it. The same force that ignites stars and orchestrates the dance of galaxies is the very force that beats your heart and fires the synapses in your brain. And this force is directed by your assumptions, your beliefs, and most potently, by your imagination. So when I say you can achieve anything, I am not speaking of some external power granting your wishes. I am speaking of you, the real I Am presence within you, shaping the malleable substance of existence according to your imaginal acts. For make no mistake, Every imaginal act is a creative act. There is no division between the world within and the world without. They are one and the same. Let me share with you a principle that once grasped will revolutionize your approach to life and achievement. It is the principle of the wish fulfilled. Most people in this world live in a state of wanting, of yearning, of striving towards their desires. But this very state of wanting perpetuates the experience of lack. For to want something is to declare its absence, and the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, will continue to reflect back to you that state of wanting. Instead, I urge you to adopt the state of the wish fulfilled. Do not wish for your desire. Instead, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Feel as you would feel if your desire were already a present fact. For in truth, in the realm of infinite possibilities, where all time is simultaneous, your desire is already fulfilled. Your task is not to make it happen, but to align your consciousness with that reality where it has already happened. This, my friends, is the art of revision. It is the power to rewrite not only your future, but your past and your present. For time as you perceive it is but an illusion, a construct of the human mind. In the eternal now, all possibilities exist simultaneously. By revising an event, by reimagining a circumstance, you are not changing what was, but rather, you are selecting a different version of reality from the infinite array of possibilities. Let me give you an example to illustrate this point. Suppose you have a desire for financial abundance, but your current reality seems to be one of lack and limitation. The conventional approach would be to work harder, to strive and struggle against your circumstances. But I tell you, this is not the way. Instead, assume the feeling of wealth and abundance. Go to sleep feeling the joy and relief of financial security. Immerse yourself in the emotions you would feel if your bank account were overflowing, if all your financial worries were a thing of the past. Do this with feeling, with conviction, and watch as the world rearranges itself to match your new assumption. Opportunities will appear as if by magic. Resources will flow to you in unexpected ways. For you see, you are not creating these opportunities and resources. They have always existed in the infinite field of possibilities. By assuming the state of the wish fulfilled, you are tuning your consciousness to the frequency where these possibilities become your experienced reality. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, I've tried positive thinking before. I've attempted to visualize my goals, but nothing changed to this. I say, you have not yet fully grasped the power of your imagination. Mere positive thinking or casual visualization is not enough. You must enter fully into the state of the wish fulfilled. You must live from that state, breathe from that state, move through your days from that state. This requires a complete surrender of your current concept of self. You must die to your old self, your old beliefs, your old limitations. This is the true meaning of resurrection. It is not some future event that happens after physical death. It is a present reality available to you here and now. You can be reborn moment by consciously choosing a state you wish to embody. Let me share with you a technique that I have found particularly powerful in this regard. It is the technique of living in the end before you sleep each night. Create a scene in your imagination that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and as real as you possibly can. Engage all your senses. If your desire is for a loving relationship, feel the embrace of your beloved. Hear their words of affection. Smell their familiar scent. Make it so real that if you were to open your eyes, you would be surprised to find yourself alone in your bed. Then, as you drift off to sleep, hold on to that scene. Let it be the last thing in your consciousness before you enter the sleep state. For in sleep, your conscious mind relaxes its hold and your subconscious mind becomes receptive to intuition. By impressing upon your subconscious the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are planting a seed that must, by the very laws of mind, grow into your experienced reality. But remember, this is not a one-time event. You must persist in your assumption. You must live each day from the state of the wish fulfilled. This doesn't mean you ignore your current circumstances or neglect your daily responsibilities. Rather, it means that you overlay upon your daily activities the feeling tone of your desire fulfilled. You move through your day with the inner knowing that your desire is already a fact, even if your physical senses have not yet caught up with this new reality. Now let us address a common stumbling block on this path of conscious creation. Many of you may be wondering, what about my past failures? What about the evidence of my senses that seems to contradict my desires? To this, I say your past does not determine your future unless you allow it to do so. Your senses do not show you reality, they show you a reflection of your past assumptions and beliefs. Remember, consciousness is the only reality. Your physical world, with all its seeming solidity and permanence, is but a shadow a reflection of your state of consciousness. When you change your state of consciousness, when you assume a new concept of self, the reflection must change. It has no choice. This is law. So do not be dismayed by apparent setbacks or delays. These are but the shadows of old beliefs passing away. Keep your focus on your inner world, on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. For it is your inner world that shapes your outer world, not the other way around. Let me share with you a powerful truth that, once fully realized, will free you from the bonds of limitation forever. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of external forces. You are the creator of your reality. Every experience you have, every person you encounter, every circumstance in your life is a reflection of your own consciousness. They are all yourself pushed out. This means that there is no one to change but self. There is no one to forgive but self. There is no one to bless but self. For the world is yourself pushed out. When you change, your world must change. When you forgive, your world must forgive. When you bless, your world must bless. This is not philosophy. This is law. Now, some of you may be thinking, but what about other people? Surely they have their own free will to this. I say, in your world, there are no others. There is only you fragmented into seemingly separate beings. But at the core, it is all you. This is why loving your neighbor as yourself is not just a moral injunction, but a statement of fact. Your neighbor is yourself. Understanding this truth liberates you from the need to manipulate or control others. Instead, you work on yourself. You revise your concept of self. You assume the best of others because you are assuming the best of yourself. And as you do this, you will watch in wonder as the people in your life begin to reflect back to you your new assumptions. This brings us to another crucial point in our discussion of how you can achieve anything. It is the power of your self-talk, your inner conversation. Your inner conversation is your direct line to your subconscious mind. It is the means by which you impress upon your subconscious the states you wish to embody. Most people go through life with an inner conversation that contradicts their desires. They say they want success, but their inner talk is filled with doubts and fears. They claim to want love, but their inner dialogue is one of unworthiness and expectation of rejection. Is it any wonder then that their outer world continues to reflect these inner contradictions? I urge you to become aware of your inner conversation. Listen to the voice in your head. What is it saying? Is it supporting your desires or sabotaging them? Once you become aware of your inner talk, you can begin to change it. Craft an inner conversation that aligns with your desires. Speak to yourself as you would speak to your dearest friend. Encourage yourself. Support yourself. Love yourself. For you see, your inner conversation is not just idle chatter. It is the very substance from which your reality is formed. Every word you speak to yourself is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind does not discriminate. It accepts every seed you plant and brings it to fruition in your outer world. So guard the garden of your mind. Plant only those seeds that you wish to see bloom in the garden of your life. Speak to yourself of success, of love, of abundance, of joy. Do this consistently, persistently, and you will be amazed at how your outer world begins to align with your inner dialogue. Now let us delve deeper into the nature of desire itself. For you see, your desires are not random whims or fanciful notions. They are, in truth, God's way of telling you what you can be. Every desire that springs from the depths of your being is a glimpse of a possibility that already exists within you. It is a call from your higher self, your divine self, urging you to expand, to grow, to become more. This is why I say that nothing is impossible to you. For if you can desire it, if you can imagine it, then it already exists as a possibility within you. Your task is not to make it happen, but to allow it to unfold. You do this by aligning your consciousness with the state of the wish fulfilled, by living from the end, by assuming the feeling of the desire realized. But remember, desire without expectancy is futile. It is not enough to merely want something. You must expect it. You must know with unwavering certainty that it is yours. This knowing, this inner conviction, is the bridge between desire and manifestation. It is the power that brings the invisible into visible form. Let me share with you a secret that has been hidden in plain sight throughout the ages. It is the secret of the name of God, the great I Am. When God revealed himself to Moses, he did not give a name in the conventional sense. He said, I am that I am. This is not just a statement of existence. It is the key to all creation. For you see, every time you say I am, you are invoking the creative power of the universe. You are declaring your state of being, and the universe conforms to that declaration. This is why it is so crucial to be mindful of what follows your I am statements. When you say I am tired, I am broke, I am unlucky, you are defining your state of being. And the universe will provide experiences that match those states. Instead, use your I am statements wisely. Declare what you wish to be, not what you have been, or what you see in your current circumstances. Say, I am successful, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am healthy. Say these things not as affirmations to make them true, but as acknowledgments of what is already true in the realm of pure potential. For in truth, you are all these things and more. You are a multi-dimensional being, existing simultaneously in infinite states. Your I am statements are your way of tuning into the specific state you wish to experience. They are like radio dials, allowing you to tune into the frequency of a reality you desire to experience. Now, some of you may be wondering about the role of action in this process of conscious creation. After all, surely we can't just sit around imagining things and expect them to materialize out of thin air. To this I say, inspired action is indeed a part of the creative process. But it is not action born of struggle or strain. It is action that flows naturally from your assumed state. When you truly assume the state of the wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, you will find yourself naturally inspired to take actions that align with your desire. Opportunities will present themselves. Ideas will come to you. You will feel compelled to move in certain directions. This is the universe responding to your new state of being, providing the bridge of events that will lead to the physical manifestation. But remember, the action itself does not create your desire. The action is simply the outer expression of the inner change that has already taken place. This is why it's futile to take action from a state of lack or desperation. Such action is born of fear and will only perpetuate the state of lack. Instead, assume the state of your wish fulfilled and then act from that state. Your actions will then be imbued with the power of your assumption, and they will be far more effective in bringing about your desired results. Let us now turn our attention to a concept that is often misunderstood but is crucial to your ability to achieve anything you desire. It is the concept of faith. Most people think of faith as a blind belief in something unseen, a hope for something that may or may not come to pass. But I tell you, true faith is far more powerful than this.
True faith is the evidence of things not seen. It is the substance of things hoped for. In other words, faith is not hoping for something to happen. Faith is knowing that it has already happened, even if your physical senses have not yet caught up with this reality. Faith is living from the end, feeling the reality of your desire fulfilled, even when your outer world shows no evidence of it.
This kind of faith moves mountains. It parts seas. It transforms lives. For you see, when you have this kind of faith, you are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe. You are declaring your oneness with the source of all creation. And in this state of alignment, of oneness, all things become possible. But how does one cultivate this kind of faith? It begins with understanding the nature of your true self. You are not your body. You are not your circumstances. You are not your past experiences or your future expectations. You are pure awareness, pure consciousness, the I am presence that is one with the creative power of the universe. When you truly grasp this truth, when you feel it in the very core of your being, faith becomes natural. For how can you doubt when you know that you are one with the source of all creation? How can you fear when you understand that you are the operant power, the divine creative force shaping your reality? This faith, this knowing, is the foundation upon which you can build the life of your dreams. It is the rock upon which you can stand firm, even when the storms of life rage around you, for you know with unshakable certainty that you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Now, let us address a question that often one begins to grasp the power of conscious creation. What about the seemingly random events in life? What about accidents, illnesses, or global events that seem beyond our control? To this I say, there are no accidents in a universe governed by law. Every experience, every event is a reflection of consciousness. This doesn't mean that you consciously chose every experience in your life. Much of what you experience is the result of your habitual thoughts and beliefs, many of which operate below the level of conscious awareness. But the good news is, once you become aware of this, you can begin to consciously choose your state of being, and thus your experiences. Even in the face of global events or circumstances that seem beyond your control, you always have the power to choose your response. You have the power to choose the meaning you give to events, and in doing so, you are choosing the reality you will experience. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner world. When you change your inner world, your perception and experience of the outer world must change. This is why two people can face the same external circumstance and have completely different experiences. It's not the circumstance itself that determines your experience, but your state of consciousness. This brings us to another powerful tool in your arsenal of conscious creation, the power of revision. Revision is not merely thinking positively about the future. It is actively reimagining past events in a way that serves your desired state of being. For you see, the past only exists in your memory. And memory, like all aspects of consciousness, is fluid and changeable. When you revise a past event, you are not denying what happened. Rather, you are choosing to focus on and embody a different version of that event, one that aligns with your desired state of being. As you do this, you will find that your present circumstances begin to shift to align with your revised past. This may seem impossible from a linear time perspective, but remember, time as you perceive it is an illusion. In the realm of consciousness, all time is simultaneous. By revising the past, you are not changing what was, but rather, you are selecting a different version of reality from the infinite array of possibilities. Let me give you a practical example of how this works. Suppose you had a difficult interaction with a colleague at work. Instead of replaying the negative interaction in your mind, revise it. Reimagine the interaction going smoothly and positively. Feel the relief and satisfaction of this revised interaction. Do this with feeling, with conviction. As you persist in this revised version, you will notice changes in your relationship with this colleague. They may suddenly become more friendly, more cooperative. You may find yourself responding to them differently, creating a new dynamic in your relationship. This is the power of revision at work. But revision is not limited to recent events. You can revise any aspect of your past, no matter how distant. If you have a belief that stems from childhood experiences, revise those experiences. Reimagine your childhood as supportive, loving, abundant. Feel the emotion of growing up in such an environment. As you do this, you will find your present circumstances beginning to reflect this new past. Now, some of you may be wondering about the ethical implications of this power. You may be asking, if I can achieve anything, does that mean I can manipulate others or cause harm to this? I say, when you truly understand the law of conscious creation, you realize that harming others is harming yourself. For there is no other. There is only the one consciousness, fragmented into seemingly separate beings. When you operate from this understanding, your desires naturally align with the highest good for all. For you recognize that what blesses one blesses all. What harms one harms all. This is the true meaning of love your neighbor as yourself. It is not a moral injunction, but a statement of fact. Your neighbor is yourself. Moreover, you cannot effectively use this law to override another's free will. Each being is a unique expression of the divine with their own path and their own choices. What you can do is assume the best in others, see the divine in them, and watch as they rise to meet your assumption. This brings us to another crucial aspect of conscious creation: detachment. Many people, when they first learn about the law of assumption, try to control every aspect of their manifestation. They become attached to specific outcomes, specific people, specific timelines. But this attachment often creates resistance and blocks the natural flow of manifestation. Instead, I urge you to focus on the essence of your desire, the feeling state of your wish fulfilled, and then detach from the specifics of how it will come about. Trust in the infinite intelligence of the universe to bring about your desire in ways that may surprise and delight you. This detachment is not indifference. It is not giving up on your desire. Rather, it is a deep trust in the perfect unfolding of your manifestation. It is the knowing that what is yours cannot miss you, and what misses you was not yours. Detachment allows you to remain open to possibilities you may not have considered. It allows the universe to work on your behalf in ways that your limited human perspective may not be able to conceive. It is the difference between trying to control the river's flow and simply stepping into the current and allowing it to carry you to your destination. Now let us address a common concern that arises when people begin to work with the law of conscious creation. Many worry about the time it takes for their desires to manifest in the physical world. They become impatient, constantly looking for signs of their manifestation, and in doing so, they often create more resistance. To this I say, time is a construct of the human mind. In the realm of pure consciousness, where all creation takes place, there is no time. All possibilities exist simultaneously. When you truly assume the state of the wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, you have already received your desire. The time it takes for this to reflect in your physical reality is irrelevant. Moreover, this apparent time delay is often a blessing. It allows for the bridge of events to form, for circumstances to arrange themselves in a way that makes the manifestation of your desire feel natural and harmonious. Trust in this process. Know that everything is working out perfectly, even if you can't yet see the full picture. Remember, the feeling of the wish fulfilled is your aim. Once you have that feeling, once you are living from that state, you have already achieved your desire in the only place that truly matters, in consciousness. The outer manifestation is merely the shadow, the reflection of this inner reality. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to emphasize a point that is often overlooked, but is crucial to your ability to achieve anything you desire. It is the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is not merely a polite response to receiving something. It is a powerful creative force. When you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, you are aligning yourself with the abundance of the universe. You are declaring to the universe that you are ready and willing to receive more. For you see, the universe operates on the principle of like attracts like. When you are grateful, you attract more experiences that will evoke gratitude.
Moreover, gratitude keeps you in the state of the wish fulfilled. When you are truly grateful, you are not yearning or wanting. You are in a state of having, of abundance, and from this state, you naturally attract more abundance into your life.
So cultivate gratitude not just for what you have already received, but for what is on its way to you. Give thanks for your desires as if they have already manifested. Feel the gratitude you would feel if your wish were already fulfilled. This is another powerful way of living from the end, of assuming the state of the wish fulfilled. In conclusion, my dear friends, let me remind you once again of the profound truth we have explored today. You can indeed achieve anything. This is not a motivational slogan or a feel-good affirmation. It is the very law of your being. You are the operant power in your world. You are the divine creative force shaping your reality. Your imagination is God in action. Your assumptions are the pillars upon which your world rests. Your inner conversations are the scripts of your life drama. And your I am statements are declarations to the universe of who you choose to be. Remember, the world you see around you is nothing more than yourself pushed out. Change yourself, and your world must change. There is no one to change but self. There is no one to forgive but self. There is no one to bless but self.
Live from the state of the wish fulfilled. Feel the reality of your desire now. Know that what you seek is seeking you. Trust in the perfect unfolding of your manifestation. Detach from the specifics and focus on the essence of your desire. Cultivate unwavering faith, not in some external power, but in the creative power of your own consciousness. Revise your past, reimagine your present, and watch as your future unfolds in miraculous ways.
And above all, be grateful. Be grateful for what you have, for what is coming, for the infinite potential that resides within you, for you are far more powerful than you have ever imagined. You are the creator of your reality, the author of your life story. So go forth, my friends, with this knowledge burning brightly in your hearts. Know that you can achieve anything you can imagine, for imagination is the God within you, and with God, all things are possible. The world is yours to shape, to mold, to create. You are limited only by your assumptions about what is possible. Dare to assume greatness. Dare to live from the state of your wishes fulfilled. Dare to be the person you've always dreamed of being. For in truth, you already are that person. You need only to awaken to this reality.
And as you do, as you step into the fullness of your divine creative power, you will watch in awe and awe as the world reshapes itself to match your new assumption. You will marvel at the synchronicities, the coincidences, the magical unfolding of events that lead you to the manifestation of your desires.
This is your birthright. This is your true nature. This is the power that has been within you all along, waiting for you to claim it. So claim it now. Step into your power. Assume the state of the wish fulfilled. And watch as miracles become your new normal.
For you are the miracle. You are the magic. You are the divine creative force that shapes worlds. And with this understanding, there is truly nothing you cannot achieve. The world is yours. Go forth and create the life of your dreams, for it is already yours in the only place that truly matters, in the realm of pure consciousness, where all creation begins.